Hi, this is Karl-James Langford reporting on the 14th of June, Saturday. I've been doing these daily diaries for over a week now, and as I said yesterday, was the idea of starting off having these as a theme, and today's theme, and it's a short theme this evening, is thinking about making life simpler and valuing yourself a lot more. And that came about. I spent a long day with my children today, and it's been eventful as usual and positive because my children's time is very important to all of us, and it always has to be as positive as we can. And one interesting thing, as I was making the trip to see my children, thinking about making every second count and making things become more valuable, time-wise, quality rather than quantity, is that I had a phone call of a probus group in Carmarthenshire. And they'd seen something in the newspaper a while back saying that I did lectures, and this guy had phoned up yesterday, and actually I phoned him up today myself to continue the call. And I said, I'm doing film work and so on now, and I couldn't really guarantee that I could do it, but I said, look, that's okay. I'm already in that area that day anyway that he wanted me to talk, and I'd be prepared to give a talk. It'd be put to promote my new book, and that was fine. And then I said, obviously, the organisation I work for, Archaeology Cymru, is privately funded. And there was a pause, and I thought, okay. And it was basically, oh, aren't you going to give the talk free then? And I'm thinking, I've got to travel all the way from Barry to Carmarthen. And I said, yeah, we've got to cover our costs somehow. And he said, oh, I thought it was going to be free. Forget it. And I thought, why would I waste my time giving a lecture to your group? Give up my day. My time is valuable. Why would I give it up to you? Anyway, I didn't say that, but that's good to have rubbish like that out of my life, because it would have been completely devaluing of any skill I've got with archaeology. Being at the top of my game, being exceedingly brilliant at the lecturing I was doing, and I started to think, why would I lower myself to doing this free? But the problem is, so many archaeologists in Wales are selling themselves free. They give their time free to members of the public, which basically means that all the time they took to do their degree, everything was for nothing. Doing things free for people, particularly when you're looking at something like archaeology, which is very poorly funded, devalues what archaeologists do. And I'm so pleased that I'm walking away from that pointless world where there's no value for what we do. So that's about valuing yourself, and I've got to value myself as well. And it's about every moment. Doesn't have to have a valuing cost. Has to be coming across that actually people value your time. All the guy wanted was for me to fill in a moment for an hour for his mates. Well, there's a group I talked to in Carmarthen as part of a university down there. They pay my expenses, and at least they appreciate my time, and I really enjoy doing those talks, Ellie, and I will do those talks anytime because you value me, and you've said it many times, but when people don't value you, it's not, it's not about the money, it's about their attitude, and so I'm glad I'm not doing it. So, making life simple. I think, as the conversation I had with my eldest daughter today, we talked about decluttering. I'm a fine one to talk about that. And every time I look around, I've got piles of CDs, piles of this, piles of that, and I'm gradually sorting things out. So I've thought, the next week, I'm going to get rid of all my CDs, get rid of the lot, okay? They're bad condition, don't need them anymore, don't listen to them. And gradually I'm going to do that with everything, and hopefully I can be in a position where I can look around and say, oh, that's there, but I don't have too much. I think in life you need to be in a situation where if things crop up, you don't need to have to think about moving all these different things and then think about if I go into hospital and people have to sort out my things for them to move and I need to get back on my feet and all these different things. You need to keep it simple for them as much as keeping it simple for yourself. Having so much around you is so overbearing and it suffocates you, and that's the feeling I find now. The idea of suffocation. I've got hundreds and, well, not hundreds, thousands of books on archaeology. And if I had the opportunity, I was living in the countryside and I could have a bonfire, I would set light to the lot. And because they're just clutter. It's so much clutter, and we've all got to deal with that clutter. And why should I give my rubbish to anybody else? Just get rid of it. Just, that's the way I see. That's the best way to keep things very simple. And keeping life simple as well. Slow down a little bit more. I've got to slow down. Okay. Focusing on the acting and children, but actually bring your focus on the acting down a little bit more and actually work out those valuable things that you want to do. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not doing everything. I'm doing as little as needed, as required, that can be very much quality. And I'm starting to see that in myself now. And I'm thinking maybe of doing my writing a bit more. So I think it would be good, as I keep saying, for people to respond a bit more. But there's still a number of you watching these videos every day, and that's really positive, and I appreciate everybody out there. So I'm going to say goodnight now. Yes, I am going to be watching the England game for the second half now. And even though I'm Welsh, it's good to have something to focus on. And I know when I wake up in the morning, I can take my children to Barry Island, and that will be absolutely awesome. So, speak to you all tomorrow, which is Dad's Day or Father's Day, or however you'd like to refer to it, and I'll speak to you then. Thanks, folks. Karl-James Langford, over and out.